Have you ever found yourself caught in a peculiar, almost bewildering loop, a relentless cycle of repetition, where despite your most earnest and heartfelt efforts, you seem to face the exact same challenges, encounter the very same frustrations, or experience the identical limiting patterns over and over and over again? It's a profoundly common and deeply human experience, this persistent feeling of being stuck, of living a perpetual Groundhog Day within the confines of your own life story. You might awaken each morning, and as your conscious mind begins to engage with your circumstances, your relationships, your career path, your financial landscape, your physical or emotional health, you feel that familiar, unwelcome weight of stagnation, that quiet despair, a gnawing sense that deep down very little has genuinely shifted or evolved. This isn't just a series of unfortunate coincidences, and it's certainly not, let me reassure you, a form of cosmic punishment or divine retribution. Instead, there's a subtle, yet immensely powerful, quantum secret at play, a fundamental mechanism of reality that, once truly understood and embodied, becomes your most potent and ultimate answer to getting out of any stuck situation, no matter how long it has persisted or how insurmountable it may seem. When you consistently observe your life, when you mentally engage with your circumstances, when you emotionally react to your challenges, all with the exact same underlying emotions, with the identical subconscious expectations, and through the very same energetic filters you used yesterday and the day before and the week before, you are, perhaps entirely unknowingly, reinforcing that identical vibrational frequency. You are, in essence, sending out the same energetic signal, day after day, hour after hour. The quantum field, in its infinite wisdom and exquisitely precise responsiveness, doesn't operate based on your verbal desires alone. It doesn't respond to your conscious wishes, no matter how fervent, if those wishes are fundamentally contradicted by your deeper, more dominant energetic state. Instead, the field meticulously collapses patterns. It brings into tangible, perceivable form the vibrational blueprint you are consistently and habitually emitting. So if you're not consciously, intentionally, and deliberately changing the observer, that inner lens through which you perceive and interact with reality, that core energetic emission, then, fundamentally, your external reality cannot, will not, and indeed cannot shift. It's a closed loop, a self-sustaining feedback system, subtly perpetuated by your own unchanging vibrational signature. This, my friend, is the invisible cycle of stagnation, a subtle yet potent prison of your own making, from which, and this is crucial, you possess the inherent, undeniable power to escape. Let's delve deeper, much deeper, into what the observer effect truly reveals about your profound and often overlooked role in shaping your reality. This isn't abstract philosophy, something to be debated in academic ivory towers. It's a core fundamental principle from quantum physics, demonstrated time and again in laboratories around the world, that holds a direct, undeniable mirror to your lived experience. Quantum physics has unequivocally shown, through countless experiments, that the very behavior of reality, at its most fundamental subatomic level, the building blocks of everything we perceive as solid, depends entirely on how it is observed. Before conscious observation, before your awareness engages with it, particles exist not as fixed points, but as waves of probability, as a vast potential. It is the very act of being observed, imbued with consciousness, that causes them to collapse into a definite state, a particular singular outcome from an array of possibilities. This profound insight, this scientific revelation, means that what you often label as a problem in your life, a persistent financial struggle, a recurring frustrating relationship dynamic, a chronic health issue, a feeling of career stagnation, may not be an immutable, unchangeable fact existing independently of you, a destiny you cannot alter. Instead, it could be, and often is, a vibrational interpretation, a specific energetic pattern that has been consistently collapsed and solidified based on your consistent observation and interaction with the quantum field. You are not merely a victim of reality, you are, in every profound sense, the angle that collapses it. Your internal state, your dominant vibration as the observer, is what dictates the external outcome. This understanding is pivotal. It shifts the burden of external control to the liberation of internal mastery. Think about the intricate implications of this. Your emotions, your deep-seated beliefs, your subconscious expectations, these are not just fleeting internal feelings or abstract mental constructs. They are powerful, tangible forces of observation, continuously interacting with and influencing the quantum field. If you consistently observe your finances with a pervasive sense of lack and fear, if every thought about money brings a knot of anxiety, if you observe your relationships through the deeply etched lens of past hurt and mistrust, anticipating betrayal, if you observe your health through chronic worry and the expectation of illness, then the field, being a perfect, impartial reflector of your dominant observation, will continue to precisely present you with experiences that confirm that fear, that mistrust, that worry, that lack. The quantum field does not judge or analyze your observation as good or bad, as positive or negative. It simply responds with impeccable precision to the energetic input it receives. It is not a moral judge, but a vibrational mirror. This is the core of the quantum secret. Your inner stance, your role as the observer, your dominant energetic emission, is the ultimate determinant of your reality. It is your inherent undeniable power, waiting to be consciously wielded, to be recognized and directed. And now we arrive at the very core of why so many remain stuck, why they feel trapped in those repeating cycles, despite their desperate, often exhausting attempts to break free. This is the error that keeps everything locked, an insidious loop that keeps you recreating what you no longer desire, trying to change the external facts, trying to fix the symptoms of your reality, trying to rearrange the furniture on a ship that's heading in the wrong direction, without fundamentally changing the internal focus from which you observe. It's an exhausting, often futile endeavor that drains your energy and your hope. Imagine trying with all your might to clean a mirror that appears perpetually dirty. If you obsessively try to clean the reflection on the mirror, scrubbing endlessly at the image itself, wiping frantically at the perceived dirt that is not truly there, you'll achieve nothing but profound frustration and weariness. The solution, which is deceptively simple, is this. You must clean the lens, the very source of the perceived dirt, which is the mirror's surface itself, or the object being reflected. In the context of your life, the mirror's surface, the true source of what you see and experience, is your internal observer, your dominant vibrational state. The observer doesn't just passively perceive. The observer actively creates the field of what is possible, of what can manifest, of what opportunities become available. And while you continue to observe with emotions like fear, with a deep-seated sense of doubt, with a frantic urgency for things to change, for outcomes to appear now, the field, in its perfect mirroring, responds by presenting you with more of the same, more reasons to fear, more situations that trigger doubt, more circumstances that require desperate urgency. This is not cosmic punishment. It's simply precise energetic alignment. You are inadvertently locking yourself into a vibrational frequency that keeps repeating the patterns you despise, the stories you wish to rewrite. The universe isn't holding out on you. It's simply reflecting the dominant, consistent signal you are emitting from within. This is the critical mistake so many make, believing that if you just push hard enough on the external reality, if you just force circumstances into submission, it will eventually shift, when in truth, the external is merely a symptom, a perfect reflection, of the internal observer's unexamined, often unconscious state. The key, the true leverage point, is to shift the inner lens to clean that internal mirror, allowing the outer reality to effortlessly conform to your new, coherent vibrational blueprint. It's an act of deep, internal liberation. So how do we finally break free from this relentless, repetitive cycle of stagnation? How do we consciously access the quantum secret to getting out of any stuck situation, regardless of how long it's persisted, how deeply entrenched it feels, or how insurmountable it may seem from your current perspective? The answer, both elegant and deeply empowering, lies in a powerful technique of observer displacement, consciously and deliberately shifting your internal vantage point, your energetic lens, your core vibrational output, to create a brand new external reality, without engaging in a futile struggle against what is. This is not about fighting your current circumstances. It's about shifting your relationship to them. First, identify the dominant emotion of the situation. This is not just a casual step. It is absolutely crucial. When you find yourself stuck, overwhelmed, or repeating a pattern you despise, pause. a genuine, deep pause. Close your eyes for a moment, or simply soften your gaze inward. Take a long, slow, deep breath, allowing yourself to fully arrive in your body, in the present moment. Now, without judgment, with a gentle curiosity, ask yourself, what is the pervasive, underlying emotion I consistently feel when I think about this stuck situation? What's the primary feeling that arises in my body? Is it a burning frustration, a heavy sense of hopelessness, a sharp anger, a dull resentment, a gripping fear, or perhaps a deep weariness? Name it, articulate it to yourself, acknowledge it fully. This isn't about wallowing in the emotion. It's about honest, courageous awareness. For example, if you're stuck financially, the dominant emotion might be a constant hum of anxiety about bills, a feeling of constriction in your gut. If it's a recurring relationship issue, it might be deep sadness, a sense of betrayal, or persistent resentment that you carry. Identifying this precise emotion is the very first critical step in disarming its unconscious power to continue collapsing your unwanted reality. You bring it into the light of your awareness. Second, ask yourself, with profound introspection, with what part of me is this reality in resonance? This is a deeply revealing, introspective question that connects your outer experience to your inner landscape. It's not about blame, not about self-criticism, but purely about understanding the energetic connection. For instance, if you've identified fear as the dominant emotion around a career stagnation, as you hold that fear, you might suddenly realize that a part of you, an old program, a past version of yourself, is still operating from old beliefs about unworthiness or a deeply ingrained fear of failure from a past experience. This question helps you to subtly, but powerfully, detach from the idea that you are that emotion or that you are that situation. You realize you are simply observing that a part of you, a past program, an old belief, is currently vibrating with this reality. This creates a subtle yet profound energetic distance, allowing you to become the conscious observer of that emotion, rather than being that emotion consumed by it. It creates a space of choice, a crucial energetic separation that allows for new possibilities. Third, and this is the core, the true essence of the quantum displacement, consciously redirect your focus. Do not, under any circumstance, redirect it to what is wrong, to the problem itself, or to the current undesirable external facts. That keeps you stuck in the old loop. Instead, consciously, deliberately, and with intention, redirect your focus to the vibration that you desire to sustain right now, in this very moment. This is where your leverage, your power, truly lies. For example, if the situation is financial anxiety, instead of focusing on the mounting bills or the perceived lack, gently redirect your attention to the feeling of financial ease, of having more than enough, of effortless flow. You don't need to see the proof externally in your bank account yet. You need to feel the vibration internally, in your body, in your heart. If it's a recurring relationship issue, instead of dwelling on the conflict, the betrayal, or the hurt, redirect your focus to the feeling of deep connection, of unconditional love, of profound harmony and mutual understanding. This isn't about forced positivity or denying your current feelings. It's about intentional vibrational alignment, a conscious act of choosing your internal state regardless of external circumstances. This conscious redirection, this powerful pivot of your inner observer, is the very point of quantum displacement. It's the moment you actively shift your energetic angle, and the field begins to precisely respond to your new, coherent signal, rather than continuing to reflect the old, repetitive, unwanted one. It's a deliberate act of choosing your frequency, moment by moment. Let's embrace a powerful, illuminating, symbolic metaphor to fully grasp this concept, to truly embed it within your understanding. Your reality is a hologram. Change the beam of light, and the image changes with you. We often experience stagnation, repetition, or feeling stuck not as a result of our own inner state, but as a cruel punishment, as a fixed limitation, or as a relentless twist of fate that we are powerless to change. But stagnation, in truth, is not a punishment. It is merely a vibrational reflection, a precise energetic mirror of the consistent signal you are sending into the quantum field. Your entire reality, everything you perceive, every person you interact with, every object, every event, every circumstance, is like a complex, intricate, three-dimensional hologram. A hologram, as you know, is created by the precise interference patterns of two beams of light intersecting in space. If you change the angle or the quality of one of those light beams, the entire holographic image, the perceived reality, instantly changes, morphs, and shifts. You, the conscious observer, are both the source of the light beam, your conscious awareness, your focused attention, your intention, and the angle at which that light intersects the field, your vibrational state, your emotions, your beliefs, your consistent focus. When you are stuck, when you experience repetition, it means your light beam is currently set at an angle and with a particular quality that continually creates the exact same holographic image, the same reality you no longer desire. But the profound beauty and the immense power of this metaphor lie in this. You have the innate, inherent ability to change that beam of light, to shift your angle of observation. You can change the quality of your internal light, from the harshness of fear to the warmth of trust, from the constriction of lack to the expansion of abundance, from the paralysis of doubt to the certainty of knowing. When you do, the entire scenario, the entire holographic projection of your reality, effortlessly changes, seamlessly conforms, without resistance from the universe. The holographic image of your reality instantly reforms around your new internal light and angle. The key here is understanding that the universe, this vast intelligent field, isn't resisting you. It's simply being true to your vibration. It's a perfect, impartial mirror, reflecting precisely what you are emitting. So the moment you authentically shift your internal beam of light, your inner vibration, the external world being a hologram, being a reflection, must, by its very nature, instantly shift to reflect that new input, that new frequency. This means you don't need to fight against the current image you see to push it away with all your might. You simply need to change the source of the projection, to shift your internal state. Because at the deepest level of your being, in the core of your truth, beyond all concepts and limitations, you are not primarily here to simply understand reality with your intellect, to dissect it, to analyze it from a distance, or to be a passive victim of its perceived solidity. No, you are here, uniquely positioned, uniquely empowered to actively co-create it, to sculpt its very form, to paint its vibrant colors, to compose its harmonious melodies, to write its unfolding story, to choreograph its dance, all from the profound and powerful vantage point of the observer that you consciously choose to be. This is your divine birthright, your ultimate creative power, your true purpose, your answer to getting out of any stuck situation. It all begins with the quantum secret of the observer effect. Breathe deeply now, and allow these profound truths to settle into your very being, to permeate every cell of your existence. This journey of understanding the observer effect is not merely an intellectual exercise, a mental concept to be grasped. It's a profound, visceral, and deeply personal invitation for deeper authenticity, for greater self-awareness, and for complete, unwavering alignment with your true, magnificent self. It is an urgent and loving call to reclaim your power as a conscious co-creator of your world, to step into your sovereign being, to live the life you were always meant to live, a life of freedom and flow. If this video has touched your soul and illuminated a clearer, more empowering pathway within your consciousness, if it resonated deeply with your innermost truth and sparked a vivid sense of knowing and possibility, then I warmly invite you to join this vibrant community, to participate in this vital conversation that we are collectively building together. Please leave a comment below with a single word that powerfully represents the stuck situation you are now truly ready to observe differently, to transcend, to transform into a new freedom, a new clarity, a new foundation for your life. Or simply type 777 to signal to the field, to the universe, that you are now in profound alignment, open and ready to receive the abundant clarity, the boundless peace, and the joyous miracles that are rightfully yours. Thank you for your invaluable presence, for your immense courage to look within, and for your profound willingness to dive into the infinite depths of who you truly are. Until next time, may you live fully and vibrantly in the glorious flow of conscious creation, always remembering the power of the observer, the sculptor of your reality,